We're gonna need all the help we can get.
Let's get to work.
Tall, dark, and horny at 12 o'clock.
Hey guys, Society Reviews here with my review of the film Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. 3 years ago, Ghostbusters Afterlife infuriated film critics along with the mainstream media because the film was a direct sequel to Ghostbusters 2 while turning the feminist Ghostbusters of 2016 into a non-canon adventure. The 2016 film was so bad that Jason Reitman had to step in and save his father's legacy while attempting to reinvigorate a scorned fanbase. While Ghostbusters Afterlife succeeded by giving Ghostbusters fans a much better taste in their mouth than they left with the 2016 film, the question became, where does the Ghostbusters franchise go on from here? If the purpose of Afterlife was to get back into the good graces of his fan base, then what is the goal of Ghostbusters' latest film, Frozen Empire? Every time Hollywood takes one step forward, they immediately find a way to take 8 steps back, and there's no better example than this movie, which is the latest film from Sony Pictures. Ghostbusters Frozen Empire returns the franchise from the sticks of Oklahoma to its roots back in New York City. The Spangler family is back at the old Ghostbusters headquarters in New York doing their ghostbusting as a family. Well, sort of. Gary and Callie are a serious couple now, which has drawn the ire of Phoebe, who isn't ready for a new stepfather in her life. The teenager doesn't like the fact that people are treating her as a kid even though she's only 15 years old, as she wants to take the ghostbusting business more seriously. As Phoebe is fighting for some respect, things in the city begin to go haywire after a supernatural force threatening humanity's existence. An ancient demon that has been locked away for thousands of years is starting to find a way out, and its very existence causes people to be frozen to death. The newer and the younger Ghostbusters must band together to stop this entity from gathering every ghost that has ever been captured in New York and waging war against the world. Ghostbusters Frozen Empire is the latest soulless attempt by Sony to placate the Ghostbusters fans by giving them member berries while trying to shift the franchise into a young adult direction. The film lives and breathes in 2 aspects: nostalgia baiting the old school fans of the franchise, hoping that their goodwill from the last movie carries over to this one. As a result, all of your favorite surviving Ghostbusters are back even though they're in their 80s, and their presence in this film gives old school fans the legitimacy that this is still the franchise they grew up loving in 1984. However, their appearance is nothing more than window dressing. The film produces typical Hollywood humor in a sense that none of the jokes are funny even though they think the audience is laughing along with them. Paul Rudd, who's essentially playing Paul Rudd in the film, with the only difference between his performance in this movie and movies such as Ant-Man is that he doesn't shrink and grow at will. McKenna Grace is still the focus of this film, even though Frozen Empire does more damage to her character in this movie than the previous one. The character of Phoebe is turned into nothing more than a rebellious teenage girl dealing with mommy issues while possibly falling into lesbianism along the way. For a film that went so far to ignore the 2016 Ghostbusters movie, Frozen Empire is a film that reverts to every flaw that audiences hated about the prior films, to the point that by the time you get to the end credits, all the goodwill that was set up with the previous installment will be completely wiped away and you'll be right back to where you were feeling 7 years ago. Take away the nostalgia bait and the sad attempts at making Ghostbusters a hip and cool universe for a new audience, Frozen Empire is a dull and unaspiring mess that can easily go down as the pound for pound worst Ghostbusters film to date. I give this film a 1.5 out of 5.
We might be looking at an army of ghosts.
We're gonna need all the help we can get.
Melnitz in uniform. Yeah.